Hello, so I've been working on some agentic workflows to sort of build out sequences. So here I have this node, which is a sequence agent, and we give it a prompt and feed in some reference images. And what this will do is it will run a language model that will return a response in this format. It will always return it in this way. So it'll be a scene description, the character descriptions, and a shot description. And these have various things to sort of guide what there would be in a short sequence of shots, basically. And this agent basically will be a little bit more complex than just normally running the LLM, because it can actually call on these other tools which are provided here. So if it finds a scene reference, it will run our Quen vision model and give it image description of it. So here it's basically running off and sort of describing the image. One model is calling other models to get a description for them. So models that are more favorable to do that. And then it's given us this long response here of everything, all the shots, and inside of Houdini, it basically would have built out all of these shots here. So it's built out for the characters that we would need to regenerate here. And these characters and scene basically feed into each shot, and they are used as adapters for the style and for sort of face and character replacements. So it's just generating that one here. Rugged thug, adventurer. So that's the thug, and that's the girl. So they're sort of fairly close to these images. Obviously, they're not exactly like it because there is some translation through here, but you could also just feed these images through as well. And then each of these shots, there'll basically be the data from the model, particularly for that shot. And these get constructed into prompts for the image and the video. And I'll just show you one that I sort of made before, which is a little bit more complete because there is a little bit of tweaking to be done if you have multiple characters. So here we have two different characters, which is a lot simpler if they're just in the alternate shots. If they are in the same shot, you would have to provide some masks for the different placements of them. Otherwise, the adapters will get a bit confused and won't apply the correct. You'll get a bit of a merge of both of them, or one will be one, and it won't line up. And something really interesting you can do is you could build just masks out of another image. So I've just pre-generated one here. Generate a mask. Sorry, not a mask, a depth pass, and then a mask here, which I could just sort of pass in people and it will try to mask them. Get a region to sort of cover where each of the characters are. And then you can get a bit more sophisticated posing than you can just from providing these type of shapes. Alternatively, you could have your own character that you might render some passes out and then pass into this. And then finally here, you also can generate a video from that as well, which would use the video prompt. And then one thing to add is like you can, if there's other things wrong with the hands or you want to tweak more, you can just do whatever you want from that base image and then try to use that to guide your video. So I think ultimately it's a lot of this model AI generated stuff is all it's going to be quite important how you can craft your first frame. So being able to craft your first frame and then getting video models with maybe some other inputs is going to be really, really important to speed up things. But you still want to be able to have that control over that first frame creation. So if you wanted to swap out a character here, you could do that and still keep the same pose.